It's cold out here, but I'm staying warm in my Heaven Threads. Make sure you go to heaventhreads.com. Link in the top of the description. Got a couple new things out right now, and you want to get yourself some apparel for the winter time. Rep your faith in the summer, spring, fall, and the winter. We got stuff that's going to keep you warm all winter long, so head over there. Right now we got the 2024 garage tour. I hope this microphone's not, I'm wearing a microphone. Hope it's not too loud. This is something that obviously all your favorite car YouTubers do. They go through a tour of their collection, usually do it every year, because you know, our collections, we get things, we get rid of things. It's fun to see that. And this is also something personal for me to look back on in 10 years, like, oh, 2024, what did I have? Here we go. This is for me in 2034. Hey, TJ, old fart. I think we start with this thing right here. This is my 2001 Chevy Camaro Z28. This was the Waldo car. A lot of you know me from Unemployed, and this was obviously the Where's Waldo car. We filmed a Where's Waldo video, and I completely wrapped this car in white and red stripes to make it look like the Waldo car. And that was my sole intention of it when I bought it. Whenever I was looking for the car, I wanted a rear-wheel drive V8 muscle car, and I spent probably a month searching, and this popped up near me, and I got a good deal on it. And yeah, it's really, it's rough. I haven't driven it, honestly, in probably like a month. It's gonna get sold pretty soon. The rear wheel bearings are bad on it, and it burns oil pretty bad. So it drives fine, it's just sketchy sometimes. It has 145,000 miles. The interior is pretty good. The center console's gone. It is like, I think it's 315 horsepower it's rated at. The guy before me put on a catback exhaust, the T-tops. It was great, it was fun. It's a ton of fun. And honestly, I've gotten like way more compliments than I ever thought I would get on it. I think this car is so ugly, but whether it's a car show or just wherever, people are constantly complimenting it, which is so strange to me because I seriously think it's the ugliest Camaro ever made. It's notoriously known as the catfish Camaro because it looks like a catfish. I mean, look at it. It just straight up looks like a catfish. I don't know, I got my use out of it. We filmed the video that's out on the channel already with it. We had our fun doing burnouts and whatnot, so it's time to sell it, move on to the next thing. I love muscle cars, and the Corvette's my favorite muscle car, so that might be next on the agenda, but I've also gotten trade offers for different things, so if the right trade pops up, we might just, you know, it'll be a surprise. Subscribe, stay tuned. So up next, we have my 2014 Nissan Frontier. Now, I'm just remembering, I actually have two other trucks, but they aren't here. I did film those, however, so we're gonna cut to that real quick. This right here is the 2004 Nissan Frontier. Black wheels, bigger tires. The torsion bar is cranked, so it is lifted just slightly, but they don't make lift kits for it. They get those blocks that you can put under the leaf suspension, but they don't sell actual lift kits for the 01s, 04. Trust me, I looked everywhere. It's a rear-wheel drive 4-cylinder, so it's good on gas, but there's not a lot of power. The exhaust rusted off, so it's really loud. It's got the toolbox. It's really used as a work truck. 5% window tint all the way around. 89,000 miles, starts up every single time. I have no complaints. I love this truck. I bought it just because I needed a truck, and then I ended up really liking it. So when I bought it, this fender was a brighter red. It bothered me because it stuck out like a sore thumb. You can actually see right where I missed the spot. That's what color it was. They don't make this factory color anymore. You can buy touch-up paint to, you know, repaint your car or whatever, correct it. They only sell the little scratch color markups. They don't sell like spray paint cans. So can't buy the same color. So I got the closest color I possibly could. If you really stare at it, you can tell the difference, but from afar, it looks good, and that's all that matters to me. Put LED headlights in it. The high beams are awful. It's a work truck, and honestly, I think these are gonna be classics in a few years. So who knows, I might hold on to it down the line. I think it's a really cool truck. It gives me no issues. 10 out of 10, 2004 Nissan Frontier. Get yourself one. Oh, also, one thing you will notice about all the trucks, 2-door. Not a fan of 4-door trucks. Never have, don't plan on being one, so 2 doors for life, baby. This right here is 1999 Chevy S10, nicknamed Frankenstein, because this thing's gonna look completely different once we start working on it. Haven't really got to touch it yet. There's a lot of rust. There's a lot of rust everywhere. We have different quarter panels for it, so it's gonna be mismatching colors all along the thing. The tailgate, as you can tell, is a different color than that. But this is the V6 4x4. My dad had S10s all my life growing up. This was his go-to truck. he would just constantly buy them, put strong suspension on them, drive them till they die, and he did that over and over again. And when he died, this is the one that he had. So I know it's puking oil and it needs a new battery. It's the dead of winter, and I've got a lot of other projects on my hands right now. So this is on hold, but I can't wait to start working on it. Yeah, there's Bondo patches, rust. I have some really fun plans for this truck, and yeah, there's just a lot on my plate right now, so I'm not able to work on it. But the second that I am able to, you guys are gonna see the video, and we're gonna do some awesome stuff to this. Again, two-door truck. Two-door truck. Don't see 4 doors on here. Welcome back. Yes, I own 2 Nissan Frontiers, a 1st gen and a 2nd gen. 3rd gen on the way, baby. So this was actually my dad's old truck. Unfortunately, about 6 months ago, my dad passed away, and this was his truck. So it went to me, and right before he passed, about, honestly, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks before he passed, he completely wrecked this right side. This video of this whole truck actually isn't even out yet, so you're seeing kind of the semi-finished product, but I basically rebuilt all of it. It looks pretty good from what it did look like. This side isn't painted yet. I plan on painting this to match the rest of the truck. Obviously bought an aftermarket hood, plan on tinting the windows, and then the wheels are good for right now, but I do plan on eventually giving it a slight lift and putting different wheels on it. But it has become my daily driver, just because the 2004 Frontier has a massive exhaust leak, and it's a 4-cylinder, so it doesn't have a ton of power, where this is a 6-cylinder, so it's got a little bit more power, 4-wheel drive. Winter time is upon us, so as you can tell from all the salt on it, I mean, there's gonna be a video coming out soon once it's all done, so this is like kind of a sneak peek into that video. But yeah, I don't know what else there's to say about this one. Moving along, here we have the Kawasaki Prairie 350, I believe it is. Does it say? Had quads pretty much most of my life growing up. I always had something, whether it was mini bike, dirt bike, quad, and this is my Kawasaki Prairie. It's got a winch on the front, which we primarily used for snow shoveling, so it hasn't been used much besides that. It makes a lot of funny noises. It's a utility quad, obviously, so it's not really fast. It's more of just a workhorse, but it doesn't really give me any issues. You've seen it in a few videos. You've seen me run over a bike with it, so moving on. Where do I even go? Okay, fair warning. This is Joe's Honda Civic. This is Vinny's Infinite Q70 all-wheel drive. He has big wheels on it. These aren't my vehicles, but I figured I'd include them since they're in the driveway. And that's Tommy's. Tommy has a like 2016 Maxima Midnight Edition. I had him parked there just to make it look like there was more things in the driveway. Yeah, he literally pulled in right as we were shooting the thumbnail, so that's why that's in there. Not my car. Those aren't my cars. Is my newest addition. This bad Larry is a go-kart. Now, I haven't had a go-kart since I was like 8 years old, and I couldn't reach the pedals. So my dad would drive me around in it, and I never drove it. I drove it one time, couldn't reach the pedals, couldn't hit the brake, and I went right into a log. And that was the last time I drove a go-kart. Until recently, I bought this thing off of Facebook Marketplace, $400, 212cc Predator engine in the back. The guy before me said he hit 40 miles an hour on it, but this thing is extremely sketchy. As you can see, the chain is broken off. That was in the most recent doing. This also hasn't been on the channel yet. We do have a video coming out soon with this. I have a ton of fun plans with it. Yeah, honestly, the possibilities are endless with this thing. It's sick, and it's so much fun, and it's so sketchy, and it's everything I could wish for. Moving on up here, we have the Coaster 110 pit bike. So I bought this bike initially to do a pit bike versus e-bike video. And I bought the bike and immediately tipped it, and then it wouldn't start. And then I spent months trying to get it started. Rebuilt literally everything, took everything apart, put it back together, couldn't figure it out. So it sat for months. Then one day, just randomly got motivation, took it out of the garage, got some help, got it running, and this thing is insane. It's an automatic, so you don't shift, and it just immediately takes off. Like once you start it, it just goes, and it does a wheelie because it's a 110 on a 50cc frame. So currently it runs, it's fine, but it leaks fuel like crazy, and it catches on fire sometimes because it leaks fuel right onto the starter, and then you start it and then it sparks up, and then you're like, you know? But it does run, it is a ton of fun. Here's a clip of my girlfriend crashing it. Oh It's a sweet little pit bike. Also hasn't been in any videos, I don't think, but you'll see it on the channel. I don't know exactly what, but you will see this thing on the channel. This has been, at first I thought I just got scammed out of $400, but then once we got it running, it's a ton of fun. Wheelies coming soon. Also, the go-kart doesn't run. It does run until I broke the chain. Yeah, that's a whole thing. Some things work, some don't. We'll get more into that. This right here is the milker, as I like to call it, because it looks like a milkman would drive it, delivering milk if he rode a bike. You know, just put the gallons of milk in here. The company Muckpet sent me this bike to do a video on, which will be the next video out. It's about halfway done. It's a really, really funny video, so I can't wait to post that one. But yeah, this e-bike is absolutely awesome. It's super long. They sell accessories, like you can get like a long seat here, you can get a basket here, you can do whatever. It has turn signals, plenty of speed, plenty of power. It comes with 2 batteries, which is awesome. It'll last you forever. I took it riding multiple times and not once have I don't even think I've dropped the bar once. So yeah, this thing's awesome. Twist throttle, 7 gears. Now, let's take you over to where all the e-bikes madness started, with the Mac wheel. So again, a lot of you know me from Unemployed and Squadzilla, but I do have my own channel, just my name, TJ Hall, where I haven't posted on there in a long time because of the different ventures that I've, been on, just because I've been super busy with Unemployed, apartment units, crossing cars, having threads, you name it. So that channel is on the back burner for right now, but this bike really is what started all this e-bike extravaganza, if you want to call it. I did a video where I lost Tommy and Madden, and the bet was the loser had the bike across the state. So Mac Wheel was gracious enough to send me this bike to ride across the state. So I rode it from Pittsburgh, where we live, all the way up to Erie. It took me the entire day. My butt really hurt. But this bike was the one that did it. I have 2 batteries for it, but about 75% of the way through the journey, me and cameraman lost the key to the battery. So, because you put the battery in and lock it, and basically this is locked here permanently. If you come around, you can see I tried to pick this lock and it really, it didn't come undone. And then I got scared because it's like a battery, and I was like, oh, it's gonna explode if I stab it the wrong way. So I stopped. But this hasn't been touched in a very long time. It's honestly a sweet bike. It's just not my style. I like more of the Yami and the Muckpet. But yeah, no front brakes. We just got lazy and didn't put the front brakes. So I rode all the way just on my rear brakes and put a cup holder. We had a basket. I still had the basket, this light. But that video really opened the door to all these different e-bike companies. They saw that video, and then since then I've been sent all these different e-bikes. The Mac Fox, I think it's one of the first videos we posted on this channel. That bike is still around. It's not in my possession. I gave it to my girlfriend's dad because he was able to fix it after the damage that we did during the durability test. And it's at her house right now, so he has possession of it. He rides it sometimes, and the big thing is like the twist throttle broke off, so I think he's still figuring out all of it, making it perfect and whatnot. Then we have the Yami XL, which this is the most vibrant bike that I own. They sent this bike to, oh, there it goes. The kickstand, that's my only caveat. The kickstand does not work. It's just too far leaned over. And we were filming with it. And if you come here, there is an error code, but Yami has excellent customer support, so they are sending me over a new part to fix that. Thank you so much, Yami. This is honestly one of my favorite e-bikes. Just, I love the fat tire style. Mac Fox also had the fat tire style, and the speed. This thing hits, I think, 30 miles an hour. It's super sleek looking. It's unique. It's foldable. I really don't have any complaints with it other than the kickstand. That's really my only caveat, but it's an awesome bike, and I'm so grateful to have such a cool fleet of different vehicles, especially like the e-bike ones, because we can load up all the e-bikes, and then me and all my friends or whoever can go riding. And riding an e-bike downtown is one of the most fun things you could do. Just weaving in and out of traffic safely and legally, of course. A ton of fun. If you don't have an e-bike, I would highly recommend any of these e-bikes. I don't think they're in business anymore. Acquio, if you are, I'm so grateful for the bike that you sent me. But I do believe the last time I checked up on them, they have moved on to better things, bigger things. We have one more bike to look at. So you're probably like, where the heck are you? Any OG subscribers, you recognize this. This is the War Room, what it once was. We had a football podcast called Inside the War Room. The channel's still live, you can go watch the videos, but basically we did a daily podcast with football updates. But this whole section, whenever we moved in, was a garage. As you can see over here, it's still a garage over there, but this half has been turned into a podcast studio space. But since we had to stop doing the War Room for unemployed, this area has just become storage. So that's where the Rattan e-bike sits. Some part needed to replace, so they sent me a new part, and I'm actually getting ready to do Instagram photo shoot and reel with this bike. But this is one of the first fat tire e-bikes that I've got. This thing is, I love this bike so much. Has all the same great capabilities as the other e-bikes, but this thing has just been so, such a workhorse throughout all the years. It's been in so many different videos. It holds a special spot in my heart. And I think to wrap this thing up as well, that's all the vehicles. Those are all Logan, Joe, Tommy, Vinny's bikes. But I think it's really cool that like the house that we live in has this garage and then the garage upstairs. So there's like plenty of garage space to work on things, which I'm super grateful for. And I just figured I'd keep that in, just kind of, I don't know if you guys really care that much about it, but it's just something, a little memory to hold on to, you know, because 2034, I might have one garage, I might have 12 garages, who knows? So cool to look back on my 2024 collection, a lot of e-bikes, a lot of trucks, and I'm super excited to see what's gonna be in the collection at the end of 2025. We just keep growing every single video. I'm just super excited, super thankful where God has me and what he's gonna do with this channel. So can't wait for 2025. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't got your Heaven Threads yet, make sure to go get it. Link at the top of the description, and I'll see you in the next one.